December! Bum, 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 bum.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to the Side Scheme, a podcast about everybody's favorite superhero card game, Marvel Champions. I'm Banana Crapshoot. We got another one. On April 1st, we have a new Marvel Champions preview article for Spider-Ham. So I'm going to go through and look at the cards, and we'll do some hot takes on Spider-Ham. Now, my only real history with Spider-Ham is from the Into the Spider-Verse movie, so I don't know a whole lot of backstory lore on Spider-Ham, much more than that. But the article, if you read the article, it's kind of funny. It's kind of out of the box, off the wall, the way it's written. There's funny disclaimers. So it looks like a fun article to read. But we'll go through looking at the cards. First off, we have Peter Porker, who has a hand size of 6, 12 hit points, and 5 recovery, which is a little high. Cartoon and civilian traits. Cartoon power response. After you make a basic recovery, place 1 toon counter on Peter Parker. So every time you exhaust him in Alter Ego, you're going to get a toon counter. And then his flavor text is pretty awesome. It says, if you ever feel as if someone else is in control, like you're just a character in a game. So that's a pretty solid Alter Ego side. I'm guessing we'll see if the toon counters interact in some way with his abilities. I'm guessing they will. Hero side, he goes to 5 hand size, still has 12 hit points, 2 thwart, 1 attack, 1 defense. He's a cartoon and web warrior traded. Each toon counter on Spider-Ham can be spent as if it were a wild resource. And then he has something called Spider Nonsense, which is a response. After Spider-Ham takes any amount of damage, place 1 toon counter on him. So anytime you recover or anytime he takes damage, you're going to get a toon counter, and you can use these toon counters as resources, as wild resources. So that's pretty cool for anything in the game that you're trying to pay for stuff, except for stuff that requires printed like resources. But a 2-on-1, 12 hit points, he's solid. Alright, he looks alright so far. His first hero card is called Ham It Up. It's a 0-cost event. Cartoon traded hero action thwart. Remove 1 threat from a scheme for each toon counter on Spider-Ham. And Spider-Ham doesn't say that he has a limit for how many toon counters he has. So you could build up toon counters, use this event, and thwart for 10 or 20, 50, infinite. The limit is infinite. It's just based on how many toon counters you have. And then the flavor text on this card says, looks like pigs can fly. And then the artwork is like Spider-Man throwing Spider-Ham like a Wolverine Colossus Cannonball type thing. Next up, we have Hogwash. It's a 1-cost event. It's cartoon traded hero action. Remove 1 toon counter from Spider-Ham. Loudly read this card's flavor text. So, pow, bam, whack, smack, boink. Choose to either deal 5 damage to a minion or remove 5 threat from a scheme. So, it's 1 for either 5 threat from a side scheme or 5 damage to a minion. Okay, so this is a very good card in that it deals 5 damage or 5 thwart, which is like ridiculously good. But it is restricted to minions or side schemes, so that brings it back to earth a little bit. This is a cartoon character, like even in a cartoon universe, right? So he is going to be a little off the wall wacky. So this stuff where you have to read the flavor text, I think it's cute. I'll say it's fine. I don't know that I love it, but in a card game about Marvel characters, and then we have this Spider Pig, and with like the kids that are into like the Into the Spider-Verse movie, I think kids will really enjoy this character and the funny stuff that happens. So I'm cool with it. All right, next one, 1-cost event. I don't think so. It's cartoon traded hero interrupt. When you reveal a card from the encounter deck, remove 1 toon counter from Spider-Ham. Say, I don't think so, in your best Spider-Ham voice. Cancel the effects on that card. So when you reveal a card from the encounter deck, So you cancel the effects of a card. It doesn't matter what it is. If it's a minion, a side scheme, a treachery, when you reveal a card from the encounter deck, remove one toon counter, say I don't think so, and cancel the effects. So this is a great control piece. I mean, these cards are all pretty great so far, and then they have this funny gimmick to as like a cost. All right, next up, 2 cost upgrade, organic webbing, cartoon superpower. Spider-Ham gets +1 thwart, so it gives him 3 thwart. Hero action, exhaust organic webbing and remove 1 toon counter. Ready Spider-Ham, he gains aerial. Huh. So this is like it's a hero action. It's not limited. So, but this exhausts. Yeah, so it's giving him a ready, and he has 3 thwarts. So and that other thwart card he has for the toon counter, he's gonna be able to handle a bunch of schemes. He's gonna be good at locking down threat. Next we have a 2 cost upgrade, huge wooden hammer, cartoon weapon. Spider-Ham gains +1 attack. Hero interrupt when Spider-Ham makes an attack, a basic attack. Exhaust huge wooden hammer and remove 1 toon counter from Spider-Ham. He gets +2 attack, and that attack gains overkill. So this gives him a 3 basic attack with overkill. That's fine. It's not as good as organic webbing, that's for sure. All right, next we have his signature ally, Captain Americat. 3 cost ally, 2 thwart, 2 attack, each for 1 consequential damage, 3 health. That's a pretty solid stat line for any ally. And then a response after Captain Americat enters play, give someone a high 5, place 1 toon counter on your identity, and shuffle 1 Spider-Ham card from your discard pile in your deck. This is a really good signature ally. I mean, it's got a solid stat line, and then after he enters play, you get a toon counter, and you get to shuffle a Spider-Ham card back in. I like this ally a lot. And you can give yourself a high 5, that's fine. Next up, we have a 0 cost event, Petulant Pig. Hero action, stick your tongue out at the villain. The villain attacks you, draw 3 cards. So if you're playing him in protection, we'll say, you can get a bunch of defense and play this. Draw 3 cards, but sorry, I'm yawning. Draw 3 cards, but you get attacked. Stick your tongue out at the villain. Yeah, drawing 3 cards is so good. It depends on the deck and the build, I guess. But drawing 3 cards is so good. Next up, we have a 1 cost upgrade, cartoon physics, cartoon superpower, interrupt. When your identity would take any amount of damage, wiggle your body and prevent all but one of that. All right, so here we go. So you Petulant Pig and cartoon physics. You got to wiggle your body. The artwork's pretty great on this. It's like a flat Spider-Ham in a crater. And you take 1 damage. And then the flavor of text is awesome. It says barely felt a thing. So it fits the card really good. I like that card. That's good. All right, now we're moving into some aspect cards. Justice looks like he is. Lady Spider. May Riley. 4 cost ally, a little expensive. 4 health. 2 thwart, 2 attack, each for 2 consequential damage. And then a response. After Lady Spider thwarts and removes threat from scheme. If you control another Web Warrior card, remove an equal amount of threat from a different scheme. So she's going to remove 2. So she's removing 4 threat for 2 consequential damage. So that consequential damage looks bad because you're taking double. But as long as you're using her to thwart and there's multiple schemes out, right? You're getting twice. So you're getting 4 for 2. 3. So 2. Yeah, I guess that makes her fair for the cost. If she was a 3 cost, that would be too good. But yeah, that's pretty solid. Next we have Spider-Man, Paviter. I don't know how to say the last name, but it's a different Spider-Man. 3 cost ally, 1 thwart, 1 attack, 3 health, each for 1 consequential damage. Web Warrior. Response, after Spider-Man enters play, remove 1 threat from a scheme for each Web Warrior card you control, including Spider-Man. So this is a different version of the Peter Parker Spider-Man ally, where he just removes a bunch of threat. I like this one better. I think it's cheaper. And in these Spider-Verse decks, you're going to be able to get some good mileage out of this. So it's at least one. So you're getting at least one threat from a scheme just from playing him. And then whatever your hero that you're going to have in play, if he's a web warrior, is 2. So you're getting a bunch of a threat removed, and then the 1/1/3 is fine for everything else he's doing. I know a 1 cost upgrade, or a 0 cost upgrade, Overwatch attached to a scheme, max 1 per scheme. Hero interrupt. When any amount of threat is removed from attached scheme by thwart, discard this card, remove an equal amount of threat from a different scheme. So this is almost like that Lady Spider ability, just on an event or an upgrade. So when you remove threat from the attached scheme by a thwart, so that works by a basic thwart or a thwart event, you can discard this card and you can move from a different scheme. So yeah, that's solid. I mean, side schemes and what they do are bad for us, right? So anyway, we can handle multiple ones at a time. It's going to be good. Next up, we have a 2 cost event, even the odds. Requirement, energy, so one of those 2 resources have to be an energy resource. Hero action, thwart, remove 1 threat per player from each side scheme. Deal 1 damage to the villain for each side scheme defeated this way. This is cool. It gives us a different way to remove threat. It's better in multiplayer, and I think it depends on the scenario. I mean, I don't know. I think it depends. If you're playing like a 3-4 player game, I think you probably put this in. If you're playing solo, I doubt this sees play. Next up, there we have another modular set. This one is the Inheritors. So there's 9 cards that looks like they're all minions. First up, we have Bora. 5 health, 3 scheme, 1 attack, 2 boost icons. Each Inheritor minion gains 1 acceleration icon. And then when revealed, if a web warrior character is in play, place 1 threat on each scheme. That's pretty brutal. Each minion is giving an acceleration icon, so you're getting more threat, and then you're getting 1 threat on each scheme if there's a web warrior card in play. Next, we have Bricks. 1 scheme, 2 attack, 5 health, Inheritor, 2 boost icons. Each Inheritor minion gains patrol. If a web warrior character is in play, place 2 threat on the main scheme. Wow, so this is like some web warrior hate. Man, this looks brutal. Next up, we have Deimos. 1 scheme, 3 attack, 6 health. Each Inheritor minion gains Stalwart when revealed. If a web warrior character is in play, stun a character you control. Man, this is a brutal modular set. Next, we have Genix. 2 scheme, 2 attack, 6 health. Each Inheritor minion gains guard. When revealed, if a web warrior character is in play, give Genix a tough status card. And then the last one we see is Solace. 2 scheme, 3 attack, 7 health. Each Inheritor minion gains Villainous. When revealed, if a web warrior character is in play, give Solace 1 face down boost card. Man, this modular set is no joke. 9 minions, they're all beefy, they all buff each other, and they all have web warrior hate. So that's going to be a brutal modular set to play. So here we see in a fan, there's also Verna, which is a 1 scheme, 1 attack, 6 health. Each Inheritor gains Retaliate 1. When revealed, if a web warrior character is in play, deal 1 damage to each character you control. And then we have Morlun and Karn. Those are the ones we can't see, but I could see Verna's card in the fan. But yeah, overall, I think this Spider-Ham hero looks like he will be really strong, handling threat and control. And it looks like he'll be decent in protection. Don't know how he will do in aggression. But to see what the rest of his cards are. But he looks all right. I know there's definitely people. I think he's going to be a polarizing hero, because there's people that are going to not like that they used one of their release slots on Spider-Ham, and there's going to be people that don't like the silly gimmick of like sticking your tongue out or giving yourself a high five or whatever for some card effects. But ultimately, this is a card game about cartoon characters, and I know Caleb said it's not a game made for kids, but a game you can play with your kids. And I can just imagine like my 6-year-old kid who just watched like Into the Spider-Verse for the first time, seeing this Spider-Ham hero and getting all excited to play and having fun with the little gimmicks in the cards. So I'm fine with it. It doesn't really bother me, but I know there's going to be people that it bothers. But I'm glad they went kind of off the wall, and with the success of the Enter the Spider-Verse movie and a second one coming out, I mean, I'm not too surprised they did Spider-Ham, I guess. But yeah, I think he looks like a fun character for kids and for people into the gimmick. I don't know how much I personally will play him, but I think it's fine. I think he looks pretty strong. His cards are pretty efficient. But yeah, so that's it. Let me know what you think about Spider-Ham. That's it. I'm Banana Crapshoot. Stay scheming, champions.
I am